Hello and welcome to Poetry Thursday, where we dive into all things poetry. Today I am going to be reading some poems from Natalie Scenters-Zapico. I hope I pronounced that right. She is the author of Lima Limon and The Verging Cities, and she actually has a new poetry book scheduled for release in 2025. So I thought we could just check out some of her poems from the Poetry Foundation and maybe start a little discussion in the comments. So the first one I am going to read is called My Gift. And as always, I will link all of her information down below. You can check out her poems. You can check out her books and her publications. She has a website. I will have it all down in the description box. My Gift by Natalie Scenters-Zapico. I run around the block eating an orange and drop its rind incontinence on concrete. This is my gift to the suburb, which told me not to burn logs when the air quality is marked yellow. My dog chases me around the block barking, and a woman yells from her portrait window. She could sue me for not using a leash. My phone reminds me to take a shower, so I do. It's not that I'm dirty, it's that I'd rather stay in bed wearing fur, watching documentaries about Dior. I apologize to no one while scrubbing my scalp until it bleeds. I know what it is to stare at yourself in a shattered mirror and not remember if it was you who broke it. I wanted to see if I could mine my body for rubies, and look, I can. I write a letter and don't send it. Here is a book and a ruby, one from my body, the other I made after a fit with a pen. Both worth nothing, but I like the thought of a man picking them up and holding them in his hands. As always, in poetry, the imagery is very stunning. There is tons of stuff to read between the lines, which I would love to tell you all about. But my autistic ass can tell you none of it. Does the orange rind on concrete mean more than an orange rind on concrete? Great question. Sound off in the comments below. Tell me everything I don't know. But in all seriousness, in going through just line by line, run around the block eating an orange and drop its rind incontinence on concrete. I just love that. You just get the sense of her peeling the orange and the shape of them falling on I don't know. It's divine in the world of writing and also relatable. My phone reminds me to take a shower, so I do. It's not that I'm dirty, it's that I'd rather stay in bed wearing fur, watching documentaries about Dior. Maybe for you it's not Dior. Maybe it's crime documentaries. Or what's that show? Bridgerton. Maybe it's Bridgerton. Anyway, I wanted to read one more. It just spoke so much without saying a lot, without having lots of words. It's called More Than One Man Has Reached Up My Skirt. I've stopped asking why. I've let a man whistle from the table for more beer and brought it to him with a smile. I've slapped a man and ran while he laughed. Atrevida. I've had a miscarriage. I've let a man kiss me after an abortion and comforted his hot tears. I've done these things while other girls work in maquias, piecing together Dell computer boards, while other girls work in brothels and cake foundation across their bruised arms, while other girls ride the bus home alone at night, every night, while other girls are found wearing clothes that don't belong to them, or no clothes at all. I've done all of this while other girls are found with puta written in blood across their broken bellies. My mother used to cover my eyes when we'd walk by girls working the corner and say, "See how lucky you are not to have to work like they do. I have been muy puta. I've been called puta. Yes, I'd say very lucky." And again, you just sort of get such a clear sense from her writing. It's a commentary on privilege and also, I guess, a recollection or remembering of like where you've come from, how far you've come, the opportunities that you have received that others did not, which I think is always important, especially for me as a white person who is middle class and obviously has all of the capabilities to upload videos to YouTube. I clearly have significantly more privilege than many people in the world, and I feel like when you do stuff and when you enter the world and enter, like when you see other people, it's always important to remember that. And also, like where I am or where you are might not necessarily be where you have always been, and the importance to remember like where you've come from, I feel, is also very important. But back to the poem, I do just so appreciate her incredible ability to describe these scenarios in ways that are heavy, but not in a burdensome way, but in a way that just like reveals the realness of what she's seen and where she's come from in like reflection. Words are clearly not my strong point. It just speaks to so much, just like line by line. I've done these things while other girls work in Makia's piecing together Dell computer boards, while other girls work in brothels and cake foundation across their bruised arms, while other girls ride the bus home alone at night, every night, while other girls are found wearing clothes that don't belong to them or no clothes at all. I've done all of this while other girls are found with puta written in blood across their broken bellies. There's a weight and a heaviness and a darkness to what she's saying, but it's cloaked in such beautiful poetic language that it makes it easy to swallow. So you can feel the weight of it without feeling that intense like dread and like heaviness and like darkness that you normally would if it was like something you saw on the news. And I feel like that's one thing that's just so beautiful about poetry is you can bring these topics that are so heavy and dark and you can put them into a poem. So you can tell your story in a way that people can consume, I guess. I would love to hear everybody's comments, everybody's thoughts on what they think of the poems, what your interpretation might be of some of the things that she's talking about. I will link both of them down below so you can go read them. And yeah, I would just really love to hear everybody's opinions and thoughts as we do discussing things on the internet. And like I said previously, my autistic ass interprets everything literally, and subtext is not my forte. So it's extremely ironic that I decided that poetry would be Thursdays, but you know, let's stretch ourselves. Let's do hard things. And also, I just really love poetry, despite my limitations with it. Anyways, I hope everybody has a wonderful week. Like, subscribe if you have not. And I guess I will see everybody on Monday for Wholesome Monday Stories. fill in the world with happiness. Bye. Thank you to everyone on my Patreon. Your support means so much to me, and I couldn't do this without you.